On May 8th, the Council adopted R-102023, declaring the first Friday in June National Gun Violence Awareness Day. This morning, we're joined by District 4 County Councilwoman Kate Stewart as we read the resolution.
A resolution of the Mayor and Town Council declaring the first Friday in June to be National Gun Violence Awareness Day in the Town of Kensington, to honor and remember all victims and survivors of gun violence, and to declare that we as a country must do more to reduce gun violence. Whereas, every day, more than 110 Americans are killed by gun violence, alongside more than 200 who are shot and wounded, and on average, there are nearly 16,000 gun-related homicides every year.
Whereas Americans are 26 times more likely to die by gun homicide than people in other high-income countries, and whereas municipalities across the nation, including the town of Kensington, are working to end the senseless gun violence with evidence-based solutions, and whereas protecting public safety in the communities they serve is local government's highest responsibility, and whereas support for the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens goes hand in hand with keeping guns away from people with dangerous histories, and
whereas gun violence prevention is more important than ever as the COVID-19 pandemic has exacerbated gun violence with more than 2 years of increased gun sales, increased calls to suicide and domestic violence hotlines, and an increase in community gun violence. Whereas in January 2013, Hadia Pendleton was tragically shot and killed at age 15, and on June 2nd, 2023, to recognize the 25th birthday of Hadia Pendleton, born June 2nd, 1997, people across the United States will recognize National Gun Violence Awareness Day and wear orange in tribute to Hadia Pendleton and other victims of gun violence, and to the loved ones of those victims. And
whereas the idea of recognizing this day was inspired by a group of Hadia's friends who asked their classmates to commemorate her life by wearing orange, and they chose this color because hunters wear orange to announce themselves to other hunters when out in the woods. And orange is a color that symbolizes the value of human life. And whereas by wearing orange on June 2nd, 2023, Americans will raise awareness about gun violence and honor the lives of gun violence victims and survivors. And
whereas anyone can join this campaign by pledging to wear orange on June 2nd, the first Friday in June in 2023, to help raise awareness about gun violence. And whereas we renew our commitment to reduce gun violence and pledge to do all we can to keep firearms out of the wrong hands and encourage responsible gun ownership to help keep our residents safe.
And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town of Kensington declares the first Friday in June each year to begin June 2nd, 2023, to be National Gun Awareness Day. The Mayor and members of the Council will meet again this evening at 7:30 p.m. to remember those who have suffered gun violence. Thank you for joining us this morning.